Waiting for some kind of Nintendo Direct this summer has made me realize that we're in a really odd position with the Nintendo Switch. It's seeming more and more likely that this might be the console's last full year until we get something new, and Nintendo definitely seems to be slowing down on their announcements and plans for 2023, which is definitely worrying news for Animal Crossing fans. I've always been pretty optimistic about the future of the games, and I definitely expect Nintendo to release more Animal Crossing games in the not so far future, especially due to the massive success of New Horizons. I sometimes see comments where people think Nintendo won't release another game for some reason, but money talks, and New Horizons made a lot of it. You could pay off your mortgage to Tom Nook a few times over with these kinds of earnings. I think it's fair to say that most likely a spin-off would come next, as the main games like New Horizons usually take a while and they tend to only do one per console, at least so far. But despite this optimism, it is seeming less and less likely that we'll see another new Animal Crossing game on this console, given some recent developments from Nintendo in 2023, especially in the last few months. I think some good evidence that Nintendo is winding things down quite a bit with the Switch is their reliance on Tears of the Kingdom. Don't get me wrong, this game absolutely deserves the love and I love it myself, but in a way it kind of feels like they think this game is really all we need until whatever new console they decide to unveil next. After all, it's kinda hard to imagine Nintendo releasing any more games for their other big IPs at this point, as they've all had major releases in the Switch's history, including Animal Crossing. Pending a Nintendo Direct, which could very well prove me wrong, the only other major game I can think of they're releasing in 2023 is Pikmin 4, which is super overdue at this point anyways. Unless Nintendo decides to majorly surprise us all, I don't think this strategy from Nintendo bodes too well for us Animal Crossing fans. As I've discussed in previous videos, I do think there's still a very good chance we could see some of the older Animal Crossing games ported to the Switch in the form of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion. I mean, this opportunity seems too good to pass up, although you could say the same about Nintendo not releasing any more DLC for New Horizons, and that sure didn't stop them. I'm sure we could even see something more minor like an appearance within another game. It's happened lots of times before in big ways, so you never know. Yeah, it's not quite as exciting as a full new game, but hey, we'll take what we can get at this rate. But if Nintendo's strategy for 2023 really is to wind down their releases for the Switch as they're working on whatever console is coming next, then I can't help but feel like Animal Crossing will probably end up being pushed to the side, like it usually is unfortunately. I mean, New Horizons is literally their best-selling game and they didn't even consider releasing more than one DLC for it, which will always confuse me. But I don't want to be too negative in this video, so I will say that if 2023 really is the Switch's last full year until a new console, that's actually probably pretty good news for Animal Crossing fans, as it means we could actually start to expect a full new game, which would be a lot more exciting than a spin-off or a port or anything else really. Nintendo is one of the most secretive companies, so it's hard to know what they're thinking a lot of the time, but everything so far really does suggest that they are winding down. I'd love to be surprised though and have them just release a ton of new stuff for the Switch, because of course we all have this console. It'd be nice and easily accessible to people who want to try out new games. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below. Do you think there's still a chance we could see some kind of Animal Crossing spin-off or other Animal Crossing release for the Switch, or will Nintendo probably wait until the next console? And do you want the Switch to stick around, or are you more excited for the prospect of a new console? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for more.